What's up, Beach House students? Welcome to Riptide Reloaded, volume number 6. Grab a parent or an opponent today for our game time. We're going to be having movie mashup. We got worship by Amanda Avey and Miss Becca Bowers, recent graduate, bringing the word. We're excited to be with you tonight. Although we miss you all so much because we haven't been able to meet in person, we hope that you enjoy tonight's episode. We're going to highlight some of your trick shots that you sent in, and the winner should be receiving a pizza delivered to their door right about now. We hope you enjoy tonight. We miss you all so much. Enjoy.
This week on Real Life Quarantine.
So life in quarantine, it's been pretty chill. I mean, we're hanging out, we're playing games, reading, and just bonding all around.
What?
So we don't have a lot of rules in this house, but the one rule I do have, no one touches my chicken nuggets. And today, someone broke that rule. Family meeting, now!
Now, I don't know a lot, but what I do know is when Carl calls a family meeting, someone's usually in trouble.
Here we go. All right, y'all, I don't demand much. I let you stay here, I let you play my games, I even let you use my hallway as a slip and slide. It was dope.
It was pretty dope.
But someone just crossed the line.
Wow, I guess you could say things are heating up in the kitchen.
Someone just ate my chicken nuggets.
So what?
Shots fired.
So what? That's my one rule, Brock.
Well, it's a stupid rule.
Stupid?
Are you kidding me?
Also, there's more food in the fridge, man. The only thing in there besides my chicken nuggets is vegetables.
Carl hates vegetables.
I hate vegetables, and Brock knows that.
Good, you could stand to eat a few more veggies.
What did you say?
All I'm saying is that maybe you should take a break from eating 100 chicken nuggets a day and maybe eat a vegetable.
I'm pretty fuming right now, but I know I gotta be slow to anger and take the higher road. Be the better person. I'm not a rabbit, bro! I don't eat vegetables! I don't eat Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets!
Dude?
That's it!
What?
Okay, first of all, bruh, don't cornstalk me. Dose of all, if you're hungry, go buy some more chicken nuggets. I would love to, Brock, but it's Sunday and they're closed. I bought these extra to eat today.
Then go to Mickey D's. It's all the same, dude.
What did you say?
I said go to Mickey D's. It's basically the same as Chick-fil-A, if not better.
The fact that Brock just said that, it scares me.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you, Brock! You know I love Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets!
Yo, bro,
You
stop,
know
come
I
on,
love it.
dude.
What's up, dudes? What's up with all this quarantine Carl?
Next week on Real Life Quarantine.
So I decided to kick Austin out of the house.
This house is a nightmare, dude. Didn't even like it anyway, bro.
Bye-bye, Austin. Guess who just became the best-looking guy in the house?
To be honest, I'm glad Austin's gone. I called dibs on his Xbox.
I'm done. I'm out of here, bro. I can't get enough.
You got a whole litter, bro. Oh, are those pugs? He's not supposed to be in leaves like that. He worked hard raking up those leaves. Look at that.
Woo! You got it! Good job. Yeah! Oh! Guys. Guys.
go.
Yes, sir.
Who's that for? Who's that video for?
Randy Gary, and know it.
Woo-hoo! Does Randy Jerry rock?
Yes.
He rocks.
What? No way. You guys are awesome. Those were some incredible trick shots. Ending it off with Abigail, soccer ball, flipped up behind her back, over the shoulder, kicks it into the goal before the ball hits the ground. That was amazing. Brad coming up on his bike, one-handed up on the driveway, about 50 feet out, tosses it right in the hoop. We started off with the Natwicks, Eric from far out, off to the side behind the hoop, boom, right in, followed up by his daughter Logan with a volleyball serve right into the hoop. Drew Masterson showing off his putt-putt skills. We know where you're going to be taking your future girlfriend, sir, and showing off. That was an awesome golf shot. Kenyon Carter with the 360 shot. Boom! He said that to me 3 times. That was so cool. Andrew with the behind the back no look-see, as well as Lily and Nora ended theirs off right out of the garbage can. Their little short story with a behind the back no look. That was awesome. You guys are so creative. Elise and Kyra with your short story about the sad ball getting tossed all the way back through the neighborhood, back with his family where he could be happy. So I hope you guys enjoyed doing this. I know we enjoyed seeing them. They were so awesome. You guys are incredible. So we're going to continue this. CJ with the second story ball into the sunroof is our winner this week. It was so hard for me to choose because they were all so good. So we're going to continue it, and I'm going to have a pizza delivered to one of your guys' house. And while CJ right now is enjoying his Hawaiian with mushrooms pizza, you're going to be enjoying, hopefully next week, the pizza of your choice. And stay tuned. On Monday at 12 o'clock, I am going to release the next challenge. And you're going to have a little over 24 hours to complete this challenge and send me a video to be chosen to have pizza delivered to your house on us, as well as be highlighted here on Riptide Reloaded. We hope you guys have a great rest of your night. We miss you so much. Bye-bye. All right, everyone, it is game time. We have movie mashup number 2. This is where we take 2 movies, put them together, create a cool cover for it, and you guess what those movies are and what that title might be. So our first one is this. A young dinosaur named Littlefoot must overcome the odds and defeat the invaded Huns. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to guess. Make sure that you grab an opponent so that you guys can battle on this head-to-head. And this is Mulan Before Time, the movie Mulan and The Land Before Time mixed together. Now you got the hang of it. Let's see what this next one is. The Pumpkin King wishes for nothing more than a Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas. The Pumpkin King wishes nothing more than a Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas. And this is Nightmare Before a Christmas Story. All right, next one. In this sequel, Simba's sidekicks team up with Vin Diesel to take down a Miami-based drug lord. Simba and his sidekicks get together in collaboration with Vin Diesel to make The Lion King 2 Fast 2 Furious. All right, next one. Scientists studying the planet of Pandora discover the Na'vi, a race of tall blue people. They are stunned to find a young boy raised by gorillas living amongst them. All right, we put these two together. What might it be? It is Avatar and Tarzan for Avatarzan. All right, next up. A 9-year-old boy named Max sails away to an island full of wild things who all pile in a van and go on a road trip with Ice Cube, who's trying to impress their mother. All right, so a couple of wild things pile into a car along with hip-hop artist Ice Cube. What do you get? Where the wild things, are we there yet? Where the wild things are and are we there yet combined. Where the wild things, are we there yet? All right, next, a young boy raised by a bear and panther in the jungle meets a girl in Nazi Germany who steals books to save them from being burned. I honestly did not know what this one is. There's always some in here that I don't know. But this is a Jungle Book mixed with whatever movie this was called. The Jungle Book Thief, probably called The Thief or something, I don't know. If you know, comment below, let me know what movie that is. Next up, we have a young farm boy discovers a dragon egg and becomes a dragon rider, and then falls in love with Scarlett O'Hara, a Southern girl who has fallen on hard times since the American Civil War. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know this one either. Good thing I'm not playing and I am the host. But when you put these two movies together, you get Aragon with the Wind. I'm guessing Gone with the Wind was one of them, and Aragon is a dragon in a movie, so Aragon with the Wind. Next up, we have, after losing his parents, Bruce Wayne decides to get a low-level security job at a museum, where he finds that things aren't all they seem when night falls. So Bruce Wayne decides to get a low-level security job at a museum. What two movies do these create? And it is The Dark Knight at the Museum. Batman's in the museum making it happen. All right, next up, we have, after his entire family leaves for Christmas in Paris, Kevin is left to fend for himself and his faithful sidekick, Tonto, played by Johnny Depp. We've got a classic movie mixed with Johnny Depp. When you put these two together, you get Home Alone Ranger. Home Alone Ranger. Thank you for playing Movie Mashup with us. We hope you enjoy the rest of this time. Get ready to prepare your hearts as we begin to hear some worship from Amanda Avey, and Becca Bowers brings the message. Thank you all. Have an awesome week.
I don't wanna be afraid every time I feel Hello, and welcome to Riptide Reloaded. I'm Becca, and I'm so excited to get to share with you today. This evening, we're going to be talking about trust and what trust can do for our faith and our walk with the Lord. I'm going to be starting with a story called The Sacrifice of Isaac from Genesis 22. Now, if you don't know who Isaac is, he's kind of a big deal in the Bible. He's Abraham's son. And Abraham was told by God that he was going to be the father of all nations. So having a son was kind of important to make that legacy possible. The key is that Isaac wasn't born from Abraham and his wife Sarah until Abraham was 100 years old. That's right. Abraham waited 100 years to have a son. That's pretty crazy, considering most people don't even live to be 100 nowadays. So Isaac is Abraham's prized treasure. He is something that he waited for his entire life. Yet in Genesis 22, we find God asking Abraham to do something a little bit weird for something that Abraham waited so long for. God tells Abraham to take Isaac and to go to Mount Moriah and to give him up as a sacrifice. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was Abraham, I would have been so confused. I would have said, Lord, you provided me with this son so that I can be the father of all nations, and now you're going to tell me to give him back to you as a sacrifice? What are you doing? But Abraham didn't do any of that. Instead, he got together a group of his men, all the supplies he needed, his son Isaac, and they set out for Mount Moriah. Now, when they got there, something peculiar happens. In verse 5, Abraham says to the young men who are helping him, "Stay here with the donkey. The boy and I will go over there to worship. Then we'll come back to you." Now, I think that this verse is so important because this verse explains why Abraham is so okay with giving up his son and giving him up as a sacrifice to God. He knows that God is going to provide for him. He knows that God isn't going to make him give up something that he loves so dearly. He tells the men that will come back to you. He knows that God is not going to make him give up Isaac. He even tells the men that both him and Isaac will return. I think that's so cool. Abraham in this moment shows that he's willing to be obedient to God, but that he also trusts God with everything that he has. In verse 8, Isaac starts to ask his dad. He says, "Dad, the fire and the wood are here, but where is the lamb that you're giving up for offering?" "Well, Isaac, the lamb is you," is what Abraham could have said. But instead, he chooses to say this. In verse 8, it says, Abraham answered, "God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son." Then the two of them walked on together. Again, Abraham shows that he's willing to be obedient, but he also trusts the Lord. And in verse 13, we see that trust come into fruition. Right as Abraham is about to strike Isaac and give him up as a sacrifice, an angel from the Lord tells him to stop. He says, "Do not lay a hand on the boy or do anything to harm him. For now I know that you fear God, since you have not withheld your only son from me." Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught in the thicket by its horns. He went and took the ram and offered it as a burnt offering in place of his son. This story is so cool because the reality is that no matter what situation we walk through, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how dreary it is, no matter how much it seems like there's never going to be an end, and maybe you might end up as that sacrifice, God always is trustworthy. He's always going to provide for us. I love this portion from Charles Poole's book, A Church for Rachel. He says, "There will always be some kind of ram in the bush, some gift from God. God will not abandon or forsake us. Even when God cannot be explained or understood or even defended, even then, God can be trusted." Abraham didn't have any reasoning for why he should trust God. He just knew that he had to be obedient. He knew that in his obedience, trust was possible. I know that there is craziness happening in our world right now. And it's easy for you to say, but Becca, how can I trust God when all of these things are happening in the world? When people are dying and going hungry and becoming homeless and losing their jobs? And I'm not saying that I have the answers to that. All I'm saying is that despite all of that, God is trustworthy. There's always going to be a ram. There's always going to be a gift from God. He is always trustworthy, whether we have the answers or we don't, which oftentimes in this human life, we don't have the answers. But that doesn't make God's trustworthiness any less. He's still the same God today, the same God that he was to Abraham all of those years ago. He's always going to be trustworthy. I pray that you can find some trust in God this week and that you can be encouraged that when we have trust in the Lord, he's always going to provide for us. I love you guys, and I hope that you have a great week.